Welcome. In yesterday's lesson, we established the foundation of your Inbox Zero system within Asana. Today, we will dive into practical strategies and techniques, transforming that foundation into a streamlined and efficient workflow. Remember, Inbox Zero isn't just about achieving an empty inbox. It's a journey we have to take to have a better way to run our workload with ease. It's about mastering your task and maintaining a sense of control within Asana. By implementing these strategies, you will be well on your way to achieving that coveted inbox freedom. Let's begin with the power of processing your task and workload. The easiest way to batch process your Asana inbox is with the use of the filter. This one allows you to filter your notifications from a specific person, tasks assigned to you, comments and messages you have been mentioned, tasks assigned by you, and unread messages only. I highly encourage you to have a default filter for your add mentions only, which has been proven from many of my clients to work best for them, especially if you have a paid plan with Asana. Because for the rest, you could have reports in place that gives you an overview of those task status and progress. And with the use of an automation, you could set up automatic comments be posted to mention you for revisions or approvals if needed. So instead of constantly switching between tasks, dedicate specific time to tackle your mentions in your Asana inbox using the 2 minutes rule. Remember, you are sorting through your inbox at this time. You are not executing tasks. So your focus with your Asana inbox should be directly to identify if there's an action you have to execute or simply acknowledge the notification. In many cases, we are receiving notifications in our Asana inbox just because we are collaborators to a task. And oftentimes, this is just more clutter added to our inbox. So don't be afraid to remove yourself as a collaborator when you no longer need to be notified of something in a task or a project. Remember, this is something that you can also follow up with through reporting. If you're dealing with your email inbox, it's a very much similar approach. Sort through your unread emails only to identify what's the action you have to take for each email. I recommend that you have a dedicated time each day to perform both inbox revisions. At the beginning, it will require more of your time and energy, but later on, you will notice that you will probably need to spend just a few minutes after you have your system established. So in today's worksheet, you will get access to a few best practices that will help you start identifying what are the ones that you can apply based on your task management style. For example, if you have a mix in your approach to your task, like myself, I have a custom field that I have created to categorize my task based on the action that I have to do. I call it task category. For example, if I need to respond or send emails to clients, if I have an internal meeting or a client meeting, if I need to prepare documents or presentations, do project management, sort through my troubleshooting tickets from clients, do our research, have a sales call, the revision of goals, process documentation, and so on. Plus, I have a task status only to identify if there's an approval being requested to me. So with these two custom fields, I gain two things. For my Asana inbox, as I'm getting notifications, the first thing in my mind is go through those custom fields and then identify quickly what's the action that I have to do. So in many cases, I just have to provide a quick response that I know that I can do it at the moment because it might take me just a couple of minutes. If not, depending on what the custom field is telling me, I will probably create a subtask for me if it's not already created to work on that later, and I will go ahead and archive that notification from my inbox. As I always say, don't be afraid to archive notifications once you have sorted through them. You can always retrieve back those from the archive in your inbox. and they always live in Asana task, messages, status updates. You are not deleting them. Now, the way that I approach my email inbox is a bit different because I do not want so many tags in my email. I use my emails for external communications only. Anything related to internal communications must live within Asana. This is a non-negotiable we have. So if I get to receive an email from a team member, I will convert it right away to a task using the Asana add-on for Gmail. I do not use the auto forwarding of emails to Asana task. I much prefer to use the Asana add-on for Gmail because that right now synchronizes future email responses within the same task. And oftentimes I will also use this for client emails, especially if going through the email of the client, I identify that I have to do something that it will take me a longer time than the one that I have right now. So I will just go ahead, convert that email into a task with the action that I have to do, and I will archive the email because I can access that email from the task that I have just created. So that's the approach that I have for my email inbox so that it's also clean. At the end of the day, I will then go through an Asana Health dashboard that I have created, which is a report that gives me full overview of tasks and projects I need to follow up with. And it helps me identify if there's anything else that might require my attention. This is why it's important that you identify your unique task management style. As you see, depending on your style, you might have a different approach. Again, these are just some of the many strategies available. You just have to experiment, adapt, and find the combination that works best for you. Identifying your personal style and triggers for distractions and focus is key. By implementing these strategies and tailor them to your needs, you can create a more focused and productive work environment within Asana. So for tomorrow, we will explore organizational methods within Asana, potentially pushing the boundaries beyond tags and filters. Remember, go through today's worksheet to complete the knowledge check and let me know if you have any questions additional to what I have just walked through today so that I can help you identify your unique task management style and what are the best practices that you can apply.